Alright guys, this is what you'll need. You'll need masking tape. I just used this painter's masking tape. I just used this to map out the area where I'm going to be doing the graffiti so I can position it well and not make it too big, too small, goofing things up. And it also gives you a nice platform for your hands. I don't wear latex gloves just because I find markers and stuff slip too easily. I don't get as much good control. Second thing you'll need is a pencil to do your wording and outlines that you'll be going over. And then after that, you want to get precision tip fine point markers, the ultra fine, Sharpie markers, permanent markers. And what I actually try to get is graffiti type colors, so like very vibrant neon colors, because that's what most graffiti is in. And make sure you have a black or a few of them for your outlines. Then what you'll need is, like I said, I'm using paint markers for this instead of acrylic and a paintbrush. So you just need nice medium to fine tip painter's markers. And I drop one here. And again, you want to get neon colors for graffiti and stuff like that. Then when everything is dry, you want to get dull coat testers or any other brand that you tried on plastics and acrylic or paint markers to make sure it doesn't blotch and make things run. I know testers is pretty much used by almost everybody, and it doesn't really bleed stuff too much other than weathering powders and lightens them a bit. So I know this is safe, so I'm using this for the model. I know other people like to use Krylon matte fixative and other sprays. Again, I haven't tested them on paint markers and acrylics, so use those at your own risk, or if you have a spare car kicking around, do a couple of tests and spray that and see how it works. So when we get back, I'll show you how I do this step by step. Alright guys, now that we have all the materials that I use for this project covered, I'm going to show you exactly how I started to plan and design the graffiti on the hoppers. I'm a very visual person, so there's a lot of stuff on the internet where it can help you out. There's definitely websites like railpictures.net and some other websites you can check out for pictures, but if you just put the type of car you're looking for in this respect, I was working on hoppers, so I just typed in hopper car graffiti and it came out a lot of different pictures, so you can see a lot of different styles and colors here. And then also to kind of get me kind of planning on what kind of lettering I want to do, I also just typed in graffiti alphabet and I went to Google Pictures, and then it gives you a lot of fonts that you can do. I did a variation on this one a little bit for the crew one on Sparky's gray side of the hopper. So you can see there's a lot of ideas you can get, a lot of different alphabets and motifs you can get going here. So that's just quick there, and then I will actually show you how I first planned everything out to make sure it fits and work well on the hopper. So once I kind of got an idea of what I wanted to do and the type of graffiti and the designs, a feel of the designs I was going to do, what I did is I went on the internet again and I found the actual Bachmann CN Demonstrator hopper car, and I've printed out 3 on each sheet, close to 1/87 scale HO as possible. Now these are not exactly dead on, they're a little bit bigger, but what I mostly did this for was just to practice fitting everything on the car and how the graffiti would look on the car without actually testing it on the car first or other cars. So if you don't have cars, guys, for practice of laying stuff out, and you're on a tight budget and you only have a few cars to work with, this is a great idea to get you started. So I printed out a couple pages of the rainbow side, and as you can see, I was also photographing these and sending them via text to Roy to approved the design. So as you can see, this was my layout for the Amy, Caitlin, and Sparky107107 cars. And just to make sure everything would fit and how it would look like and the color scheme and all that stuff. And then we had a couple of iterations on the Rainbow Crew car. So here I started off with two power cords coming together, or because I was kind of thinking first the rainbow connection, and there was like another variation of that here, the rainbow connection with just trying to fit everybody else's name on here. And then me and Roy, well, Roy mostly and me, kind of decided on the Rainbow Crew car. We left a few things out. We just decided to in the end just keep it a little bit simple and keep the gray side more of a meaning of what the Rainbow Crew means to Roy, so we left some stuff out of it. But as you can see, this gives you a great idea of how to plan fitment, layout, color schemes on your future weathering projects without actually going through the hardship of getting cheap cars like Tyco cars or some spare cars and testing the layout on those. I still definitely do suggest you guys use some spare rolling stock, cheap rolling stock, to actually get a good hand of using paint markers, Sharpies, or a brush and acrylic paint on your cars if you are going to be doing hand done graffiti. Okay guys, I hope you liked this video. I hope I was very informative in how to plan out some ideas and get some ideas of graffiti or fonts or different types of ways of weathering and graffitiing your hoppers. You can definitely get a lot of weathering ideas on the prototype as well by just looking at the real thing on the internet, or just doing rail fanning as well. So in the next video we're going to be going over how I actually have done these cars step by step, so that should be up in the next little bit. As always guys, thank you for liking, especially commenting, sharing, and subscribing, and I will see you in the next video. Take care.